This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, this is Man United we're talking about. My bad. My mouse died. I couldn't even add myself to the live. You know, a bit like how Mbeumo's not added to our squad yet because we're moving so slow. If you didn't know, there's been a little bit, not too much, but more rumors as per usual. The price has gone up, lads. That's what it seems. Put 2 and 2 together. We're paying more. We're paying more. You know, them trying to go get Amari Hutchinson is one great thing. That's a great indication. But we already spoke about that. So what are we going to speak about today? Or now, this evening, right? United expect Mbeumo. That's the message. We expect Mbeumo to be on that plane going to America, right? Or USA, right? To go and do all the preseason, join up, blah, 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 blah. Now, this could turn into something sour or it could turn into something great. Who knows? But according to Graham Bailey, who's an absolute arse, just like Laurie Whitwell, who's been pretty much saying it all along, even did it on Monday. I just watched another podcast. Like, they expect him to join up. And it's like, okay, well, we fly out to where is it? Was it Sweden? Is it Sweden? Is it Sweden? We're going to Sweden, lads, I think, and we're going to play Leeds on Saturday. And then before you know it, they're making another trip straight to USA because we have a game the very next week. So all the camps and preps all ready for the squad that we saw last season plus Cunha. Anyways, from what I'm seeing as well is apparently Friday's the day. Apparently Friday's the day. You know, I think it's, again, more guesswork, but why would you not have him in for potentially get him in Carrington, medical, all of this stuff if it's not on Friday, right? You want him in over the weekend. You want him to join up. You want him, you know, you can register him. You can do everything, get his kits ready, so forth and so forth. And I know some of you are saying walk away, but we're in a bit of a predicament of looking like absolute dickheads, absolute prats. Now, it could even be tomorrow. It could even be tonight. You know what? This very stream, there could be something, right? We might see that Brentford have moved quickly for Amari Hutchinson and we see a here we go. If we see a here we go for Amari Hutchinson, then we can pretty much say, okay, Mbeumo's in the door and it's been done. We just don't know anything. But with everything that's been happening today within the reports of Mbeumo, whether it's Jamie Jackson, who's arse, or Alex Crook as well, or said sources that are not exactly top tier, they're saying the price has gone up. You know, when I saw earlier that they're still standing firm on their 65 million price tag, right? And that's what I thought. And now it could be different. You know, whatever we expect, it probably won't happen because we're all in the mud, right? But let me ask you a quick question though. If and when this happens, right? Especially, okay, if it does happen, are you guys going to be excited? Are you gonna be excited? Like, genuinely, like, if you see an Mbeumo with a Manchester United shirt, are you like excited? That's the biggest question. Because it's taken 6 weeks, maybe, and potentially longer, about 5-6 Mondays ago, are you lot thinking like, yeah, that's great? You know, the buzz is dead. Because for me, I feel like I'm going to still be buzzing about this. I don't know why I wouldn't be buzzing. You know what? It's relief is probably the better word. I think I just see you, Marks. Mark said it right there. Relief is probably the better word. But the overriding factor is we're going on from having Mason Mount and Garnacho to, well, we still have Mason Mount to be fair, but let's just say Rashford or whoever else. Who else is going? Garnacho and another to, you know, Acuna and Mbeumo. I think relief is the best word for it. United leave this whole negotiation stuff, and we've said it time and time. We look like absolute dickheads. I mean, there's no winning. I think I said it on this show last night, that we did, yeah. If we, you know what, yeah, if we leave this negotiation, one, no one will support any of us. No one, not me, no one, bro, no one. Definitely not me no more. And then it's like, well, you left after 6 weeks, so you just wasted 6 weeks in confidence that this gets over the line, and you're thinking that Brentford's gonna budge, right? Big up for the raid from Saeed, by the way. Much love, everyone. Subscribe if you're brand new. Like the video. You know where the like button is. But if we walk away, we look like absolute donuts. And if we do go and pay the whole price, 65, apparently now 70. Has anyone seen this? Apparently it's 70 million now, right? So imagine that's the case. Then again, we look like absolute dickheads. I don't think on our front as fans, whether you like him or not, maybe not Estrella, who was just on Mandem talk, right? He thinks Mbeumo's worth 60 million tops, where I think in this current market, 70 million. But the fact that we've got an absolute donut, yeah, that was anticipating even... I'm not going to lie. Wilcox is not giving me mad confidence as a director of football. When I'm reading up earlier from Samuel Luckhurst, and again, I don't think he's that credible, but I don't think he's talking shit at the same time at times. You know, when you put all your eggs in a basket to the point which we're going to talk about, which is flipping Jackson, right? Jackson as an option. When you put all your eggs into the lap bag, yeah, who is basically the EDL version of Hoyland, right? Then here we are. Here we are. We're scrambling over a few million. Because they want 60, still till right now, they still want 62.5 million up front. We've only put 555, so there's 7 million or 7.5 million roughly altogether. Because you know what Ornstein did say is several million. So I'm trying to picture what this whole several million is. Is it because they want 70 million now, according to the Jamie Jacksons, Alex Crooks, and the tier 4s of the world? Or is it because they just want several millions in terms of the way it's structured? Because last time I checked, when I was reading listening to Laurie Whitwell on the Devils pod with Andy Mitten and whatnot, he was talking about it's still about the structure. And United are, if they're not they're standing firm on their structure of or how they want things. Why on earth would they say, you know what, lads, you know what? I think we're going to accept it. We're going to accept it. We're going to go back to the bid that we rejected, but we're going to accept it this time. Come on, man. What's Ben Jacobs' tweet? Has Ben Jacobs said something? All right, let's have a little look. Is he said something right now? Aston Villa are one of the Premier League clubs considering Alejandro Garnacho, as revealed last month, which we did find out last month. A left-sided attacker is a key priority for Unai Emery. Garnacho's preference is to stay in the Premier League. He has also been on the radar of Chelsea this summer. Nicholas Jackson's another name considered by Villa. Chelsea not forcing Jackson out. We already know what that means, though, innit? We're not forcing him. He can stay. They said the same thing about Madueke, but could consider bids. Meanwhile, Chelsea retain an interest in Morgan Rogers, even though Villa consider him untouchable. Jackson has also been discussed by Milan and Manchester United. No formal approach from either club to date. And then done a handshake with Alex Crook because Alex Crook has got no sources and he's trying to help his mate out. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not going to lie, with that whole Garnacho thing, before we get into the Mbeumo stuff, right? I do believe he does end up at Villa now. It kind of makes sense. If you put everything together, we spoke about it a little bit earlier, right? The whole, number 9 Rashford having that shirt on. Apparently we're in negotiations. Why is no one, I want to know why is no one credible come out with this whole Emi Martinez negotiation. So I'd appreciate if someone can come out and verify this Gaston Dole stuff and how much as well is being put up and what negotiations they really are. But I do hope that Garnacho does go to someone like Villa, because I just don't want him. Simple as that. And I don't care how much it is, even if it's 40 million. Even if it's 40 million, I couldn't give a shit. Oh my God, did I spell it wrong? Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm an absolute donut. You know what? We can fix that in a space of seconds. Because that's what we do out here. Right, that was a good spot. I hate you. Whoever done that, yeah, you should have just left it. Should have just left me be. I was completely fine until you done that. That's ruined my day. Thank you very much, man. Oh God. All right, let me just move it. No, but I appreciate that though. That was a good spot. I thought it did look a little bit off myself, no lie. And now I'm not going to talk about anything else until I've changed that, because that's absolutely killing my OCD. I look like an absolute dickhead. This is why I don't make my own thumbnails more time. But, my guy's asleep. So there we go. Done. in an instant. But yeah, Jadon Sancho's agent. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, right? I've had enough of this Marco Giordano guy, bro. He must be a absolute fucking waffler. He must waffle out of his ass. It was in the last week. And I thought, you know what? I got told by a couple of the Juve guys that watch me trying to say, yeah, this guy's like, he reports on Juventus. He's decent. He's good around like the Juventus news. I'm like, cool, fine. I'll listen to it. Did he not say that it was completed last week? He said it was completed last week. This guy's talking shit. Honestly, we just got told by somebody else today that they upped their bid for Sancho, not 50 million euros, but to 50 million pounds. I mean, in a world where Sancho is 50 million pounds, is absolutely outrageous, isn't it? But that's the situation we're in. Just get rid of the guy. Actually, how about this? Firstly, do you all want a Discord link? Because I even put that in the title. How about that? I said, have you checked the pinned? The pinned is if you want to join the this Discord. It's football chat. If there's a lot of Man United fans, I could do with Man United reinforcements. It will tell you everything you need to know once you get in there. But you have to pick a role. It will have Manchester United highlighted on your name or whoever you support. Trust me, it's all there. You understand, right? But let me get this straight, because I was listening to Mandem talk towards the end, and this Sancho revisionism. You know what? Yeah, I look. Much love for Tex. You know, went to, I think what Tex? We live in the same area, know the same people and everything, or beforehand school and everything. Apparently, I don't think so. Anyways, but I can't remember. I don't remember him exactly like that. But we got a lot of mutual friends. Musa, Estrella, big up Estrella. You're probably watching this right now. And Leon, and then Saeed. You know what, yeah? You all talk shit. Honestly, you all talk a lot of shit. When it's whole reminiscent of this whole Sancho and what he can do, bro, he's been fucking crap for 4 years. Give it a rest. Put the Sancho in the bag, bro. Stop it. Who cares where he goes? Who cares what he can do? I've seen footballers over years, yeah, that have way more talent than that kid, right? He's not even a kid no more. He's a grown man. Yeah, that have gone absolutely downhill. They started off as amazing as a kid. Yeah, they started great as a teenager, a young footballer, and they've absolutely messed up, whether it's by money or whether it's by injuries or whether it's by just going off the boil. Yeah, I've seen a way better talents. And this Manchester United fan base, yeah, is so giddy about players that we don't want anymore and would rather protect a player that don't even play for us rather than players that do play for us that are half semi-decent or more. And it's like this revisionism for Sancho. Give it a rest, man. Just allow it. It's so boring. Every time we have to talk about talent, go back to Sancho. Fuck me. It's rubbish. Honestly, soon they'll start talking about how good Anthony was before the flipping fan base started turning on him. You know what I mean? That revisionism. We do it as a fan base all the time. Let it go. Let it go, man. Frozen settings. Stop talking shit. I talk shit. I can admit it though, right? I'm a waffle job. But that's just allow it. I hate it. You know what? Sooner or later, they're going to talk about how amazing Rashford is, how great he was in his 3 out of 9 season for Manchester United. And he gets abused, and it's unfortunate because it's disgusting. And so does Sancho, to be honest. It's disgusting again. But bar all that on the footballing part, talk about this guy like he's fucking Wayne Rooney. Oh, God. Oh, Lord, I'm an emotional bastard, yeah, but fuck me, the Sancho stuff. Can we move on? How long you go? You live? What do you mean, Wolfie? Where are you at? One sec. I'm still live now. No. How long are you going live for? I mean, I'm going to be live for I don't know until I get bored. until the wheels fall off like this Manchester United team and this flipping board, man. Jason Wilcox, yeah. Oh God, I'm the best in class. I can't get over this, people. Right, I cannot get over this. The best in class, and Jason Wilcox puts all his eggs in the Liam Delap basket. Oh, mate. Nah, it's probably gonna go to Mons, to be fair. It's probably gonna go to Mons, to be fair. Because Mons is live, innit? Mons is going to be live in probably 10 minutes. That guy's as late as me, pretty much. But yeah, man, look. Let me guess. I didn't listen to Mandem talk, but let me guess again. They probably moaned about Ineos. Then they spoke about Amrim. And then they talk about players that are up for sale and that's not going to play for us. That's like it. That's just the way it goes. I'm pretty sure. it's like I don't think I'm going to make it till 8:30. I'm going to be real wolfy. I think I've got a good 20, 25 minutes of me. I'm going to be honest. 8:30, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Yep. All right, cool. Well, anyways, good on them, man. Good content either way, man. Mandem Talks Elite. Because when it does come down to the reactions, you know what we're going to get in it. We're going to get absolute meltdowns. I just don't, I don't know. And then I heard this whole Zirkzee is not a number 9. And Berbatov is not similar to the likes of Zirkzee's not similar to the likes of Berbatov or Zerbatov or something like that. And you know what? I was thinking, oh, here we go, the revisionism. You know, Zirkzee, you know when they say Zirkzee's not a number 9, well, he calls himself a 9.5. That's great and all, but you know there's still a number 9 in that 9.5. That still means you're a number 9. It just means you're a different type of 9. I just thought I'd add my 2 pence. And by the way, Berbatov was never in the box. He was always outside the box. Same thing with Zirkzee, but he still bagged goals. But Zirkzee's not a... Even when I heard Musa saying, yeah, but he bagged goals for in Italy, I'm like, no, he didn't. He scored like 13 goals, bro. He scored like 12, 13 goals. But he did get in that team of the season, I think, and he did really well. But I'm excited for Zirkzee, man. I don't know why we're moaning. If you're going to moan about someone, at least moan about him. Like, because that guy's got some talent, at least. Zerbatov. Is that? I never heard of Zerbatov. Is that what they were calling him? I quite like that. But let's get one thing straight, yeah. Berbatov was on another planet. He was still a proper number 9. He wasn't a false 9, but it was a different kind of 9-ish. But anyways, how about go and get me Mbeumo so we can link up with our new number 9? Because our new number 9 might be Nicholas Jackson. Oh, Zerkamp. I remember that one. This is what I mean, man. See this fan base? I absolutely hate you lot, yeah. Not you directly, but this fan base, I can't stand them. But at the same time, I love them. It's like it's a mad toxic relationship. One moment we hate each other, the next part, yeah, we're all coming together. Whether I don't know what over, but something. Yeah, we're a toxic bunch of shits. Anyways, Mbeumo, if the price is 70 million and it's true. And I don't think it is true because I do believe Brentford are going to fold. And I think Man United are going to fold. I don't think there's any real winners in this except Brentford. Brentford are going to get their price. If it is 70 million and they demand their 70 million, should Manchester United pay that money? Or should they pay something above 65 million? Because in this market, every time I'm seeing certain players like the Malik Fofana, he's what, 22 now, 21, something like that. He might even be 20 years old. He might be 20. Him. You know, for Lyon, they're asking for 60 million euros. They're asking for 60 million euros. In a market with Eze, who's got a release clause of like 67 million. And you know what? I'm seeing more and more prices for different wingers. Garnacho. What's Garnacho? What did we put for Garnacho? You know what the contradiction in all this is? That United have asked for about 70 million for Garnacho this summer, right? Which is absolute chic. And they know they're not going to get anywhere near that. But what I'm trying to get is, cool, Garnacho might be about 4 years younger than Mbeumo, but he hasn't put up the numbers anywhere near him. And you know what? Overall performances as well, because he hasn't got that longevity in his game yet. But if United are asking for 70 million for Garnacho, how does that work with Mbeumo when you're trying to say, no, I think he's worth 62.5, but I think I'm going to give you 55 million up front? Now, that's what I mean about the incompetence with some of these guys that are at this club. Whoever's valuing some of these players, you must guess again. When I'm hearing, you know, the wonders that, according to Musa, that what most clubs would do with Anthony, Rashford, and Sancho in their front three, but nobody wants them in the Premier League. It's a funny old game, innit? So surely they should be putting up some wonder prices for them. We should be getting absolute great bids. We should be getting 50 million. We should be getting 80 million for Rashford. Someone should pay 80 million for this guy. You know, Sancho should be worth 50 million. You know what? How about this? Add another 5. Anthony, oh my God. He's only 23, 24. Oh, we should get 60 million for him, surely. But Mbeumo, nah. Let's walk away. You know, let's walk away from Mbeumo. Even if he's not worth 65 million, fuck that. You know, we don't want to give 62.5 million. That's not. But Rashford's amazing, though. But Anthony's amazing, though. Fucking hell. Oh, my God. Sancho, he's been a world beater for the last 4 years. He had an absolute amazing loan spell at flipping Chelsea to the point they cancelled his loan and got Jamie fucking Gittins from Dortmund. How about this? They want his counterpart, but They're more interested in Garnacho than they was Sancho. Oh my God. Look at Sancho and what he did at Dortmund 5 years ago. Oh my God. He only scored 2 goals in the league when he got there on loan. Cue it up for him, man. Jeez. Oh, man. Anyways, big up Muslim, man. You might be deluded, but you're our deluded. Funny old game, innit? Funny old game. Where is Gyökeres? I don't know. Ask Arsenal fans. That's not our business. You know, United fans didn't actually want Gyökeres, which is funny enough. I did. I like Gyökeres. I like what he offers. But boy, let me ask you anyways. Serious question. You know what? I'm gonna put in a poll. I have to put this in a poll because otherwise I won't keep track. Catch you back in your stream better than IDK, yeah. I never said I talk the truth. I say this every time on my own channel. I waffle, bro. I talk absolute rubbish, but I'm happy talking my rubbish, and I'll back my rubbish and like the next person as well. I don't mind it. I'll admit it. I don't mind being wrong, and I don't mind being right either. Right. Should we pay 65 million plus for Mbeumo? Yes, or walk away? And I know all the rivals are gonna walk away if they're probably watching right now. Oh yeah, make sure you smash the likes. Why is the likes on 88? That's nasty work when there's over 500 in here. Hey, when we get in Jackson, we're gonna talk about Jackson. We really are gonna talk about. I've got mad unpopular opinions, but there's a good reason why they're unpopular. They're mental disorders at this point. Not that I'm mocking mental disorders, by the way. Or maybe I am a little bit. Right, let's see what you lot are saying. Oh my God, the fact that a lot of you are going for walk away. Why would you walk away when Madawuki was 52.5 million? Go on. All right. 48 votes. 70% of you are saying pay it. 69% you lot are horny, clearly. Get that number off. Oh, you want to go back to that number. All right. 71%. All right. There's a lot of you voting. Get voting. Make sure you smash the likes. But yeah, look. Friday's the day. Friday's the crunch time. This is where we're going to get our screenshots and we're going to start doing what I did to Ben Jacobs a couple years ago before. And not just Ben Jacobs, Miguel Delaney especially, that xenophobe. Why I got banned off of Twitter. Clear as day why I got banned, even though I was really building that Twitter. That was very nice, right? We're going to start screenshotting. And you know what we're going to do with those screenshots? We're going to start atting these journalists with this whole Mbeumo stuff. You know, 70 million. Remember, Jamie Jackson said 70 million. Alex Crook also said 70 million before. Ben Jacobs is holding his dick so we can get some credibility. So we're going to screenshot that. Graham Bailey. He said Friday. The deal's wrapped up. Oh, that's not the one either. What's the one that's on transfer.com that's all come out of somewhere? I remember him years ago as well. Steve K. We're going to screenshot that motherfucker as well. And you know what? If he's right, thumbs up. We got a good tip. You know what? We can move him up half a tier. How about that? We're going to have to start, you know what? With all this Manchester United news that gets scrubbed across the internet, these are going to have to start holding accountability, just like us. Content creators, when I give chest about United and we go and lose the next game and I get called a jinx, I have to take it, right? I get absolutely crucified on Never a Foul for my rubbish takes or for my crappy predictions, because my predictions are quite arse and cheeks, right? I'm not on a good run at the moment. But why do journos never get held accountable? And I know they can't get everything right. It's their jobs, right? There's no 100%. But there's some of them that just talk at their ass like it's Fitcher-yes. You know that Fitcher-yes that got quoted all the time, and now he's rebranded to something else. Oh, God forbid. Ross Harwood is AI 100 million%. You know, we was expecting a medical, you know, and you know what? I think everyone put that down. But you know who didn't say that the medical was booked? David Ornstein nor Fabrizio. And this is why they are in a tier ones, and this is why David Ornstein is in the GOAT tier, the God tier of journalists, right? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. Am I allowed to say God tier? I might have to be careful with what I say. But on that notice, yeah. We got to start holding these lot. We get linked to like Talisos from Le Equip, yeah? Who said it from Le Equip? We need to know who wrote that for that paper. There must be someone out there that's got a lot of time on their hands that is willing to do this. I think this could go viral. Do you remember someone even doing a tier list? There was someone that put out yesterday, 2 days ago, I retweeted it. He put out a tier list about who we can trust and who we don't trust, according to him, and there's going to be more as well. But we need to start doing that a lot more. But we can only go off rumors. We'll see what happens with Mbeumo. Let me see what you lot wrote. 70% of you are saying yes, pay it. I'm going to guess the 30% of you that said no at this moment of time don't support Manchester United. I'm going to guess that you lot don't support Man United. You lot are the ones that are probably in here wanting to hear about Jackson. You know what? Funny old game, yeah? Jackson, according to Ben Jacobs, it's just interest and there's nothing more about that. But we know what this club's like. And I'm convinced, yeah, when it comes to the Premier League, at this moment, Todd Bowley has got something of the equivalent of the Epstein files, because the deals that he gets to make with said rivals is beyond a joke. Like, the fact that he got Arsenal to pay 50 odd million for Madueke is crazy. The fact that they made us pay 50 odd million for Mason Mount, 65 million for Kai Havertz, let alone Jorginho going mid-window, and all the rest of the scrubs, even the stuff with, with Aston Villa, with Disaster, Axel Disaster, and the rest of the crew, they're going to end up selling Jackson to them. Somehow, some way, there's the equivalent of that. Todd B has got dirt on a lot of these clubs. You know, even Man City stuff, right? The only ones they probably can't get dirt on is them. They don't do business. But even then, they got something going on. There's a handshake there. There's a reason why they take all their youngsters and give them the sell-on fee percentage. Has no one noticed that? Some way down the line, Joe Shields, everyone knows that name by now. Yeah, Joe Shields goes in. And every Tom and Dick and Harry that's gone through Man City's academy gets linked to Chelsea. And then before you know it, the nice little 10, 15, 20% go to Chelsea. Go to Man City. There's a handshake in there. And Todd Bowley is very close with the Saudi lot. And obviously with them lot, it's not the Saudis as well. We're talking about all the other countries around there. Who's it? Abu Dhabi, all of them lot. Like, he's got good relations from what I remember reading up. It's nasty work. So now we want Watkins because we're starving. We've got no one left. There's no one left, right? And it's going to be a game. I guarantee it's going to be a game where we see Jackson. Yeah, it's just interest now. Hold your breath. I mean, I'm actually embracing myself for this whole Jackson thing. When things are going to go maybe correct in terms of, obviously, Mbeumo, if it gets done, when it gets done, I'm still convinced, but it's a matter of time, right? We're not going to have Watkins. We're going to have a Jackson. Nicholas Jackson. And he's not the worst in the world. I'll be real. He's not the worst in the world. And he's gotten Chelsea over the line to get the Champions League. But you could call last season a little bit of a rip-off in terms of, you know, he had 5 places. I wouldn't say he scored a massive amount of goals. He's getting injuries here and there. Oh, here we go. I'm not gonna. And you know what? We're gonna probably end up paying top dollar like 60 million. I don't. The way we have to look at it at this moment, right, with this whole Jackson situation, Garnacho, whatever, is just because he's an upgrade, is the upgrade enough? Is it worth the price? The price is, we don't know. That's the but one thing we do know, that they quoted him first. 80 million, was it? 80 million? Was it an 80 million? I think so, but I don't believe no one's going to put up 80 million. So that's going to come down. They're going to want about 55, 60 million for him. Guaranteed. They know the striker market. Chelsea are the best at this. So from there, how much money does United really have? Because we're all willing to remember this. Do you remember this? I believe Man United's got money. And we all had this conversation earlier. If you wasn't here, I was saying Man United have fooled us. They want the Premier League fooled into believing that they don't have money to spend, so they don't have to pay top dollar. Now, that's pretty much backfired. No one actually gives a shit. No one's going to be remorseful, saying, oh my God, you ain't got as much. You know what? Shave a couple million off. Oh, there you go. You're such good friends of the league, aren't you? Anyways, beyond that, it's not working. We were willing to put 60 million up for Gyökeres. Remember this? If Manchester United, after Mbeumo, the attacker was next in line. Now, we don't know about Martinez. I'm not even going to talk about that today. But we were willing to go and chase the Gyökeres deal, which means United 1,000,000% have 60 million to go and spend. They wanted what? How much do they want? They want about 63.5 million in total or something like that with add-ons. That means United will have 60 million to probably spend on Jackson as well. And we'll get absolutely teethed by that club. We'll get teethed by them. And by bearing in mind, Jackson's Senegalese, right? He's from Senegal. So we're going to lose him as well. That's another player that we will lose to AFCON during a time when we got Aston Villa, Man City, and the rest of them. I'm not gonna lie though. How much better is he than Højlund? Jackson will probably get you if he's got Mbeumo behind him, and if he's got service, he's got Mbeumo, he's willing to run him behind. He's kind of that similar profile, but then it makes you wonder, okay, well, then why didn't you go and get Jonathan David? Jonathan David was right there for free, and his services were offered to Man United as well. But all of a sudden, you want to go spend 60 million on Jackson potentially, right? So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't even want to be too. I don't want to be. I don't know. I don't want to be too negative on it. But we already know sometimes how the script is written. But you go and get him. How many more goals are you going to get? I'm going to say you're going to get between 10 to 13, 14 goals max out of Jackson. How much more is that than Højlund? That's a considerable lot more because he's better at football than him. He's better at link up. And also he's a handful. So yeah, how much more of his upgrade? He's 15 times, 20 times better than Højlund for what he offers. But this time around, he doesn't have Cole Palmer or anyone linking up. He's got to find his feet with Mbeumo's and Amads and Cunha's and whoever else there may be at their disposal. How quick is he going to settle? Because one thing I hate, and I think I've documented this enough times, I hate confidence merchants. Confidence merchants get on my nerves. Hence, I hate Delo as a footballer. I can't stand him. You know, once his confidence is gone, and that's probably the same for a lot of footballers, but I like players that rely on their mentality more than their confidence. You know, Lewis Nani, confidence merchant, but inconsistent. Marcus Rashford, confidence merchant, inconsistent. Jackson's another one of them. Once his head's gone and down, before you know it, you know, he's flipping messaging up next damn girls that we don't like online, getting exposed, and his head's down, man. Once the plans turn, and we know what his fan base are like, and it's unfortunate. Once that guy's head's down, his fan base are going to pile onto him, and I don't really want that. I'd rather him go and do what he does best. Go do whatever you want with OnlyFans bitches in silence. You know, do your thing. That's fine. But the confidence stuff is like when he's down, it's like Theo Walcott. Do you remember? Anyone remember Theo Walcott? When his head was down, it was gone. You're not getting nothing out of that guy, honestly. Delo is a mentality monster. I don't know where you get that info. I don't know how. I've watched Delo since. I don't care if he looks up to Ronaldo. I look up to many of these players. Look up to Ronaldo. Garnacho looks up to Ronaldo. Who gives a crap? That doesn't mean you got great mentality. The only thing about Delo is that he picks himself up again because he's on a nice wage because you have to, and also because he's typically always fit and available. That's not mentality. I'm talking pure ability wise. I'm not of his biggest fan. I've not liked it for a long time, but that's just my own agenda. I don't mind having that agenda. That's it. No. Ask you, Mum Spaghetti, you try your hardest, bless you, you know. Bless you. I know your mum might need to give you a bit more attention, but you know, I'm not going to give you attention. Like, do you get it? You think you're cooking me. You know what? Stay on that lane and you can pretend. As long as you know what it's like. Spaghetti, right? It's like, you know, if anyone's had a sibling or a younger cousin and you give them the control pad and the control pad isn't turned on because you don't want to do split screen, but as long as they're happy and you give them the control pad and you see them smiling and they pretend that they're shooting up whatever you're shooting up on Call of Duty, you know what I mean? That's how I'm viewing you. You're the guy that's got you think you're doing something, but you're really not. And I'm just letting you know that. So you got your response. Every player gets nervous, but those solid fundamentals, are able to fall back on them. With bums like Højlund, there's no basic skill to save him when he's not confident. I just don't see where. I just don't see where he fits in anymore. Like, even if it's as a backup, and I know he's got nothing to do with even the whole stream, but it's like I just don't see where he fits in. Backup for one more season, then he gets shifted. Yeah, I'm happy for that. I'm happy with that. My beard is bigger than Mbeumo's. That means you must be worth about 72 million then. Shabby Simmons, if you can't land Mbeumo, no chance. That guy looks like he's crying 24/7. He's weak. He's super overrated as well. And they're asking for a fortune for him. Hell no. Imagine if you can't even deal with Brentford, what makes you think you're going to deal with Leipzig? They're not even budging on Šeško. Yeah, you know what? I don't question his mentality, but he's super mid. But he's a confidence merchant, though. I'll be real. Let's see what this poll says. What likes are we on? Have you not subscribed as well? If you haven't subscribed, this is a good chance to do so. So many of you, 150 votes, 70% said yes, pay it. Question is United going to pay it? I don't know. Who's live? Who's live? Big 6 months. Why can I not see them? Am I bugging? No, they are. They're live right now. Anyways, we're going to go redirect to Big 6 Bants. If anyone wants to go watch Forest Fan TV in 20 minutes, up to you as well. So, yeah. There we go, man. Hopefully, we're going to have some more news tomorrow, but it's starving out here, man. And hopefully, Newcastle block the Isaac deal. Thank you.